Welcome, brave souls, to a place where history and horror intertwine. Our first stop on our Haunted Places of the World tour. Today, we're journeying to the heart of the Czech Republic, to a fortress so grand it's called the King of Czech Castles. But behind its majestic walls lies a darkness that chills the very soul. This is Zvíkov Castle, and its stones whisper tales of royal intrigue, brutal sieges, and spirits that refuse to leave. Perched dramatically on a rocky outcrop where the Vltava and Otava rivers meet, Zvíkov Castle looks like something straight out of a fantasy epic. Its story begins in the 13th century with the Přemyslide dynasty. King Wenceslas I loved this place, and his successor Přemysl II turned it into a masterpiece of medieval architecture. For a time, it was so important that it even housed the Bohemian crown jewels, waiting for the famous Karlstein castle to be finished. Think of it as the ultimate royal safe house. But like all great dynasties, the Přemyslides came to an end. In 1306, the castle passed to the powerful Rosmark family. Its importance as a royal seat faded, and it became more of a high-stakes poker chip, passed between wealthy families like the Rosenbergs and the Svambergs as a pledge for loans or services. The castle's strength was legendary. During the Hussite Wars in 1429, the fierce Taborite armies laid siege to Zvíkov, but its walls held firm. They just couldn't crack it. It wasn't until the 30 Years' War in 1622 that an outnumbered garrison finally surrendered, and the castle was sacked by imperial troops. After that, it fell into the hands of the Eggenbergs, and later, the Schwarzenbergs. For a while, the castle fell into disrepair. The situation got so bad that in 1829, the new gate and a large part of the royal palace just collapsed into the river below. A bit of a design flaw, you might say. Thankfully, a massive restoration project began in the 1880s, saving this architectural gem from becoming a pile of rubble. You can even see the difference today. The original rosy-colored stone stands out against the newer, reconstructed sections. They did such a good job that Zvíkov was once again hailed as a jewel of Czech fortification. But we're not just here for an architecture lesson, are we? We're here for the things that go bump in the night. Zvíkov isn't just a castle, it's a paranormal hotspot. Visitors report shadowy figures gliding through halls, disembodied footsteps echoing on stone floor, and sudden, inexplicable drops in temperature that leave you breathless. Some people even claim to have been pushed or touched by unseen hands. The most famous spectral resident is an entity known as the Zvíkov Imp, or the Rara Eek in Slavic folklore. This isn't your friendly neighborhood ghost. This is a trickster spirit, a demonic little creature said to haunt the castle's most ancient towers, particularly the Markomanka Tower. This tower is a puzzle in itself, with mysterious runes carved into its stones, dating back to a time before the castle was even built. Stories of the imp have been circulating since at least 1597. During renovation work on the Markomanka Tower, workers were apparently so tormented by this entity that they fled in terror. They claimed it played tricks on them, moved their tools, and made their lives a living nightmare. Today, visitors report the same kind of activity. objects moving on their own, people being tripped or poked, and a general feeling of being watched by something mischievous and malevolent. The imp also seems to have a problem with modern technology. People who take photos inside the castle often find strange anomalies and distortions in their pictures when they get home. Cameras and phones mysteriously malfunction, batteries drain in an instant, and recordings are filled with static. Even animals aren't safe. There are reports of pets behaving bizarrely, acting erratically as if possessed by some unseen force. The legend says the imp is most active in the throne room, making its grand appearance right at the stroke of midnight. And the imp's tricks can be more than just annoying. There's a chilling legend associated with the main tower. It's said that anyone foolish enough to spend an entire night sleeping there will die within a year. A pretty steep price to pay for a night in a castle, if you ask me. Whether it's the imp's deadliest prank or some other ancient curse. No one's been brave enough to test the theory recently. I can't say I blame them, but the imp isn't the only thing to fear. If you venture down into the castle's catacombs, you might encounter something even more terrifying. Legends speak of bloody hellhounds that roam the dark subterranean passages. Their terrifying howls are said to echo through the castle at night. According to folklore, these demonic beasts are guarding a secret passage, a hidden tunnel that leads from the 13th century chapel of St. Anne II. Well, no one knows where. And frankly, with hellhounds on duty, no one's been too eager to find out. Not all of Zvíkov's spirits are demonic, though. Like many grand European castles, it has its very own white lady. This ghostly apparition is seen gliding silently through the halls and up the staircases, dressed in a flowing white gown. Unlike the imp, she seems to be a sorrowful spirit rather than a malevolent one. Visitors have reported hearing faint weeping echoing through the rooms she haunts. Her identity is a mystery, but she is a classic, and frankly, quite elegant addition to the castle's spectral roster. So what is it about Zvíkov Castle? Is it the centuries of dramatic history soaked into its very stones? The battles, the betrayals, the royal secrets? Or is there something older here? Something tied to the land itself, symbolized by those mysterious runes in the Markomanka Tower? From the Premislight kings to the Rosmerk lords, from the Hussite sieges to the 30 Years' War, Zvíkov has seen it all. It has stood as a symbol of power, a fortress of defiance, and now a monument to the past. Today, it draws visitors from all over the world, not just for its stunning architecture, but for the thrill of the unknown, the chance to brush up against the supernatural. It's a place where history feels alive, and where the past has never truly passed. The demonic imp, the mournful white lady, and the terrifying hellhounds are as much a part of Zvíkov's story as any king or knight. They are the echoes of its turbulent past, forever trapped within its ancient walls. So, if you ever find yourself wandering the beautiful landscape of the Czech Republic, consider a visit to the King of Castles. But be warned, keep your camera close, watch your step, and whatever you do, don't volunteer to spend the night in the tower. You might just become the next chapter in Zvíkov's haunted history. Thanks for joining me on this journey into one of Europe's most haunted locations. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next spooky adventure. Until next time, stay curious.